Part 1, An Antique Inheritance. In the quaint town of Hollowbrook, nestled between thick forests and mist-covered hills, stood a centuries-old mansion known as Ravenswood Manor. The manor's history was shrouded in mystery, tales of its former inhabitants whispered through generations. Edgar Ravenswood, the last surviving member of the Ravenswood family, had recently passed away, leaving behind a legacy of darkness and secrets. Daniel Everett, a distant relative of the Ravenswoods, had inherited the manor. As he arrived with his wife Emily and their young daughter Lily, the imposing structure loomed over them. Moss-covered stones, ivy-choked walls, and creaking wooden floors gave the mansion an aura of forgotten memories. Among the many oddities within the manor was a grand-grandfather clock, an exquisite piece with intricate carvings. The clock had stood in the main hall for centuries, silent and untouched. Its pendulum swung with a sense of authority, a heartbeat that connected the present to the past. Part 2, Whispers of Time. The clock's chimes broke the stillness of the manor on the first night. As the last echoes of the hour died down, a whisper seemed to emerge from the clock's dark interior. Daniel dismissed it as a trick of the wind, but Emily's uneasy expression betrayed her discomfort. Days passed, and the whispers persisted. Emily found herself drawn to the clock, her fingers tracing its patterns. Lily, too, would sit by it, her wide eyes fixed on its intricate gears. Daniel, preoccupied with settling the estate, dismissed their fascination as simple curiosity. One night, as shadows danced on the walls, Emily found herself alone in the main hall. The clock's whisper grew louder, its words incomprehensible yet hauntingly familiar. She leaned in, her breath hitching as she realized it was speaking in a language lost to time. Part 3, Echoes of the Past. The clock's whispers soon invaded Emily's dreams, a tapestry of fragmented memories and distant voices. She saw a family, the Ravenswoods, as they laughed and played. But darker images lingered in the corners, hidden rituals, secret passages, and a sense of impending doom. Emily's obsession with the clock grew, causing a rift between her and Daniel. He attributed her behavior to grief, but Emily knew it was something more sinister. She began researching the Ravenswood history, uncovering tales of a curse that had plagued the family for generations. Part 4, The Clock's Demands. One night, the clock's whispers grew stronger, more insistent. Emily's hands trembled as she deciphered its words: awaken the past, unveil the truth. The clock seemed to beckon her towards a hidden compartment. Within, she found an old journal belonging to a Ravenswood ancestor, its pages filled with cryptic entries and disturbing sketches. As Emily delved deeper, she learned of a forbidden ritual to break the curse, a ritual that required a sacrifice. Her dread grew as she realized the clock was demanding Lily as the offering. Torn between her daughter's safety and the clock's eerie call, Emily's sanity began to fray. Part 5, The Unraveling. Daniel's concern for Emily escalated when he discovered her research. The once loving couple now stood on opposite ends of a chasm created by the clock's influence. He decided to consult Hollowbrook's local historian, Mr. Hawthorne, who revealed the sinister origins of the clock. Generations ago, the Ravenswoods had practiced dark arts, using the clock as a conduit to tap into forbidden powers. The clock, imbued with their malevolent intent, became a vessel for their desires and a prison for the tortured souls sacrificed to it. Part 6, Confronting the Darkness. Armed with this knowledge, Daniel and Mr. Hawthorne devised a plan to confront the clock's malevolence. They began dismantling the clock, piece by piece, as Emily watched in agony. With each cog removed, The whispers grew anguished, the air thick with a palpable darkness. As the final cog was removed, a blinding light erupted from the clock, consuming Emily. Daniel and Mr. Hawthorne shielded their eyes as the mansion shook, walls trembling as if in protest. When the light subsided, Emily was gone, the clock's presence extinguished. Part 7, Echoes Fade. Ravenswood Manor, once a nexus of dark energy, stood silent. The whispers had ceased, the memories erased. Daniel and Lily, forever marked by the ordeal, left the mansion behind, its secrets buried within its ancient walls. Years later, a historian researching the history of Hollowbrook would stumble upon accounts of the clock and the Ravenswood curse. But the clock, along with the family's dark legacy, had faded into obscurity, becoming just another forgotten tale in the annals of history. Epilogue: the echoes linger. Yet, within the depths of time, whispers remained, faint echoes of the clock's malevolent past. Occasionally, on quiet nights, the wind would carry with it a haunting murmur, a reminder of the horrors that once resided within Ravenswood Manor. And those who listened closely swore they could hear the pendulum's mournful toll, as if it still counted down to an inevitable reckoning.